Beth Emmons, principal here at Davis Elementary School.
And I'm Nicole Bollinger. I'm the occupational therapist here at Davis. And this is Rudy, a social service dog that comes here to Davis.
Hi, Rudy.
Hi, Rudy. Go up.
Rudy is a
On the
fabulous
table.
dog.
What is it?
Our
Yeah,
students
you're
here
up.
at Davis love Rudy. He's our new mascot, even though our mascot is a panther. He kind of looks like a black panther, so. Oh.
Okay, that's a good
We
boy.
really enjoyed having him here with Nicole. We've been so excited. It was a long process, but we finally have
We
him.
finally got him.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. Rudy has spent a lot of time with some of our, I guess we say more severely disabled students, working with wheelchairs and walkers and transitioning, balancing,
He wants a chair.
positioning.
Girl one day said, "Hey, there's Rudy and that lady." It's a sad day when they know the dog's name but not the lady's name,
I'm
right?
just Rudy's person.
Yep, lady. So
Rudy
they
also,
love Rudy.
the reason why all the kids know that Rudy is because he greets them one morning a week as they all come into the building. And they can all give him one pet and keep in their line and go to class. And they think it's a wonderful day when Rudy's here. Rudy's here today!
Yeah. We also use Rudy for kind of an award. So
Yep.
if we have a student that's struggling and just needs a little bit more support, we'll say, you know, if you can just spend a little bit more extra time doing your work, we'll let you have a little visit with Rudy this afternoon. And
Yep.
that just really helps motivate them to get their work done. So that's been kind of fun too.
Nicole, tell him some of the physical skill tasks that Rudy does with some of the kids.
Well, Rudy helps with positioning. We have some students that get out of their wheelchairs and lay on the floor and work on side lying and on their stomach, and Rudy can lay next to them as either a support, or he may rest his head down and give them even more motivation to be in that position, because it may be a difficult place for them to be. Like I said earlier, he will work on when one student gets into her walker, and Rudy is a huge motivation for her to be able to walk down the hall and then walk back to class. He also can retrieve items in a classroom to help give the students some more independence instead of waiting for an adult he wants to talk to.
Right?
Yeah. Instead of waiting for an adult, he can give those students some more independence. Balancing. We had a student just yesterday that was braced up against him, working on kind of some uneven terrain, and Rudy stood there and helped provide her that balance to work on those skills. So those are some of the more physical tasks that he helps the students with.
How about opening the doors and getting their supplies out?
Yes, he can open the doors so that the students can get their supplies, or open drawers. And his favorite thing now that it's finally winter is helping the kids get their coats off.
Oh.
And pulling off. You're
Being funny.
I know it. Are you nervous because you're in the principal's office?
Good boy. Yes. Rudy's a good boy.
He's such a good dog.
So what other things is Rudy working on in the classroom?
Let me think. What else?
He goes into some classrooms when you go in to help kids.
Another incentive that he does on Fridays, he goes into our resource room here, and students who have been either writing a story or whatever their writing assignment is for the week that they worked very hard on, they get time to read it to Rudy. So they'll do read with Rudy. And he'll sit there and listen, and they just think it's wonderful. Transitioning also. Some of our students have a hard time with going from one place to the next, but when Rudy comes and picks them up from maybe they're at the library to go back to class, the students love when Rudy will come pick them up, and then the transition's not a big deal at all.
You get to walk with him back to class.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of fun.
We have him get his leash back.
Rudy, get your leash. Get your leash. Bring it here. Oh, get your leash. Thank you.
Good boy. Good boy.
Good job. So how did you learn about social service dogs?
Well, I was lucky enough to work with another occupational therapist that has a social service dog also. And I started reading the research with animal-assisted intervention and coupling that with my role as an occupational therapist and all the benefits that having a dog with you can do for my students in reaching their goals. So that's when I then, through a friend, found out about Michelle and was able to get connected with Canines for Mobility and start this process, which has been a really rewarding process for both myself and my family too.
Okay. Good.
Good job.
Bring here.
Oh, he likes working, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good boy.
That was nice.
Good job.
So he helps the students do that, huh?
Uh-huh.
Oh, good.
If you go like this, then he'll pull your arm, and then they can get their coat off.
Nice.
And then he'll go and open the door for them to put their coats away.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here. Let me take your coat for you,
Good
Michelle.
boy.
That
Thank
is a
you.
good boy.
Rudy also does a good job if somebody drops something. He loves to pick it up.
Good job, Rudy.
Give him that.
So have you seen a lot of changes in the kids since Rudy's here?
I have. Have you?
Yeah, I would definitely say more, especially for the students I work with, that motivational piece. It's so much, they're just so much more motivated to do some of those skills that are harder for them to do when they get to interact with Rudy and work with him.
Right.
Good boy.
And just kind of the, in the morning when he does greet the kids, it starts them off on such a positive
Right.
start to their day.
Yeah, he makes them smile, and he just he's like a gentle soul too. So he helps kind of calm students down, and they're just ready to settle in, and he just becomes part of the class. It's really neat to see him in the classroom with the kids. The kids, I know the other day you were in with him, and he just was laying in the floor, and the kids were going about their work, and they just look over at him, and he just seems like he's part of the class. It's just really neat. The kids just really are, like you said, more motivated when Rudy's in the room, and they want to have that opportunity to be with him and to work with him. So it's just that untraditional teaching and learning style. It's not every classroom is lucky enough to have a dog in the classroom.
That's for sure.
We're very fortunate here at Davis, and so glad that Nicole brought Rudy to us.
Thank you.
Yeah, 'cause I know she was very excited.
I was very excited.
And so we got excited with her and started counting down the days to when Rudy became a full-time Panther.
Right.
Yeah,
He's the right color.
He is the right color. So we're so happy to have him.
Great. Well, thank you, ladies, for joining us today for Giving Tuesday.
Thank
for
you guys.
coming